Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. Welcome to another more tutorial-oriented episode of this completionist run for Might and Magic 6. In this part, we're going to be looking at all about how reputation in this game works and why it's important. Now the short version is that we need to bring our reputation down. Right now it's at Saintly, which is the highest rank. We need to bring it down to the lowest rank, which is Notorious. And I'll be talking about ways to do that. The main objective is to become eligible for Dark Magic Master. But along the way, we're just going to be taking an in-depth look at this game mechanic. Number one, why care about reputation at all? Why does it matter? Well, I've already kind of alluded to why, in that I mentioned that we need reputation to be at its lowest level in order to qualify for Dark Magic Master. The other thing, you know, if you take that and think about its reverse, is that in order to be light magic master, you need the highest rank of reputation, and indeed I've already gotten that a while back. Now let's talk briefly about what raises reputation. If you start out at average reputation, you can donate to the temple, but that will only bring you up a certain amount. It'll bring you up to the rank of respectable, and then it'll stop at that. To get reputation beyond that, you have to either complete quests. Now, most quests will either be neutral reputation-wise, or they will give you a small amount of reputation. And the other way to raise reputation is by doing bounties.
I think it's closed.
Sadly, wait, I guess we can wait a little bit for it to open.
I need your help.
The other way to get reputation is by doing bounties. Now, the way this works is that each bounty will have a certain reward, and the reputation bonus you get out of it is essentially the reward divided by 100. So, killing this vampire bat and coming back before the end of the month to this town hall would give us +9. Now, unfortunately, I am not running any of the unofficial patches, so it won't tell me exactly how much reputation I have. But I have a good enough handle on it, to the point where I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Now, I mentioned the main purpose in this video was going to be bringing our reputation down, and a lot of you might be wondering why I'm even making a big deal out of it. You'd be saying, well, that's easy, just kill all the peasants in any town, and that'll instantly bring your reputation down. And that is one way to do it, and that is how most people who play this game would approach it. Unfortunately, for this playthrough, one of the restrictions that I've set for myself is that I'm not allowed to kill any civilians. That means I have to find other ways to lower my reputation. So what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do it? First thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to Paradise Valley. I've already got a beacon set here from a while back. And, you know, let's just fly, why don't we? Even though it's only a short distance. I am going to go over to this Temple of Baa. Now, previously, whenever I visited Temples of Baa, I always did so very carefully, meaning I was making sure that when I went inside the temple, I would only click on healing, because I'd be going there for healing, and not on donate. The reason is that if you donate to them and if you have positive reputation, it will bring your reputation down. And for the most part, I didn't want that. But now, I actually do want that. I donated once, it didn't go down. That's because, even though I'm at the highest rank, you can keep adding more reputation on top of that. And give yourself a bit of a buffer. But if I donate once again, we can see that it has eaten all the way through our buffer, and now we are going down in rank. I donate again. We are down at Glorious. Doing it again has put us at Honorable. Once again has put us at Respectable. Once again has put us all the way down to Average, and this is as far down as you can go. I'm gonna donate a bunch of times, and as you can see, our reputation is still only hovering at Average. So it brought us down a long way, but there's still a lot more to go before we can qualify for Dark Magic Master. The next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go to Silver Cove. I mentioned there are a couple... Well, I mentioned that most quests are either neutral or positive when it comes to giving you changes to your reputation. There are a couple quests that will negatively impact your reputation. One of them, unfortunately, I need to go to my awards here, is a quest that we've already completed. That is retrieving the candelabra for Andover Potbellow. And basically, in this game, the Temple of Baa has a very bad reputation, and if you help them, their bad reputation will start spilling over onto you, and that quest is one example of that happening. Another quest which does that is the quest given to us...
Who goes there?
The Lady Loretta Fleise, Baroness of the Eastern Sea and Chancellor of the Treasury.
The other quest that you can get reasonably early on that will do that is this quest. Simply titled Money, by Lady Loretta Fleise. What she wants you to do is... Basically, the way it works right now is that there are different transportation companies in this game. You know, the stables, the coaches, and there are... Or there's one, at least one in most towns, other than Mist, which is purely like island, you know, ship-based town. But in the other towns, there will be these stable companies. So what Loretta Fleise wants us to do is to convince all of them to essentially agree collectively to raise their prices and essentially become a cartel. Why she wants to do that is beyond me, but that is the task that she sets us, and this, in fact, is a required task to beat the game. The other thing, you know, the promotion quest that she gives, you can beat the game without doing that. But this, if you're completing the game normally, you do have to do this quest to get a council approval from her. And as you can see, the fact that we talked to her about it, she's not happy that we came back, and even though, like, we never left, but she's not happy that we're talking to her without having completed this task. So let's go and let's do what she asked us to. One of the stables is, of course, in Silver Cove itself. I'm just gonna cast Wizard Eye because something is coming after me. Diamond Gargoyle. I don't have time for this. Oh. I also would rather not take falling damage. I just want to go to the stables.
Need a ride?
And each of the 9 stables in this game is going to have this conversation option now, which says price fixing. You click on it, and the guy says, okay, but that we need the other 8 stable companies to go along with it before this agreement is going to go into effect. Now, let's just talk about where these stables are. I'm gonna use this as a map of sorts. So there's one in Usurpagal, one in Silver Cove that we just talked to, one in Whitecap, one in Blackshire, 2 in Freehaven. So if you're counting, that means there are 6 that you can get to in the main towns that you can access via Town Portal. The remaining are in Dogmore Village, which is in the Mire of the Damned, in Kriegspire, which is like in this kind of area, and in Castle Ironfist, which is around here. And you can't go there directly unless you've set up beacons over there, and fortunately I have beacons in all of those areas. So let's just go there. In fact, this beacon is right in front of the stables, which is convenient for me. Let's talk to you. And we're gonna wait for you to recover. Now let's go to the Mire of the Damned. And before anyone can bother me, I'm just gonna talk to you about this. Okay, and I'm gonna move back, because I'm not interested in fighting. Okay, and the last one to get to via beacon was in Castle Ironfist. Okay, if I can remember which way to go. Okay, I think this is indeed the correct direction. I'm just gonna go down here to this stable. Okay, now that's done. Now all that remains... Well, there were 6 in towns that you could get to via Town Portal, but we already did Silver Cove, so there are 5 remaining. We're just gonna go through all of them, starting with the New Sarpagal.
Need a ride?
And that's done. And oh yeah, I wanted to go to the temple
Can we assist you?
just to get my mana back. Okay. New Sarpagal was done. Let's do a Whitecap. I'll do Freehaven last. The reason is it has 2 stables, so I want to save the longest one for the last one. Talk to you. Let's now go to Blackshire. The stables are over here.
Need a ride?
Alright, now let's go to Freehaven. And one stable is right by the fountain, which you are taken to when you cast Town Portal. The other one is to the south, and this is one of the things that really messed with me when I was first playing, is I had completely forgotten that there were 2 stables in this place. So I,
Need a ride?
for the longest time in my first playthrough, was convinced that this quest was bugged, until I think I was buying some spell from the Adept Guild of Fire, and I turned this way, and I was like, wait a second, that looks like the symbol for stables. And indeed, it turned out that it was there the whole time, and I had just completely forgotten about it. Alright, now let's go to Silver Cove. I think that's all of them, unless I've missed one. I don't think I have. Now, let's take a look at our reputation. It's average right now.
Halt! Who goes there?
The Lady Loretta Fleise, Baroness of the Eastern Sea and Chancellor of the Treasury.
Alright. Now, if we and we've successfully turned in the quest. I was gonna say now if we go back to her, she should acknowledge it and give us our money. She says, at last, even though literally, she says she thought we would never finish, even though literally it took us just a few hours of in-game time. I honestly don't know how she could possibly expect anyone to do it quicker than we did. But now if we look at our reputation, we can see that it has gone from average down to bad. We've lost a full reputation category. And, you know, it's well deserved in my opinion, because thanks to us, everyone's going to be paying more for travel. You might remember though, I said that this isn't enough. We need to get to the lowest possible reputation category. And that has only taken us one small step on the way. Now, what are other ways to lose reputation? Well, let me just save the game. I guess I'll save it here. One way to lose reputation is that you can do this if you
Hey, you over there.
come across certain NPCs. They won't talk to you if you already have bad reputation, and if you beg them or threaten them, you'll lose reputation for doing that. But you would have to do that a lot, and I'm not even sure if there's a cap on that. I've not experimented with it too much, because there is a more efficient way to lose reputation quickly without killing civilians, although it is one that takes a bit of preparation beforehand. If we look in Roderick's inventory here, you'll see have a lot of bones. The description of these bones will tell you that they are human or humanoid. And in Freehaven, there is a person, I believe this is his house. He will buy bones from you, and selling bones will lower your reputation. Now, frustratingly, I couldn't, when I was looking up online to do research, get an exact value for how much our reputation falls per bone sold. So I'm hoping this is enough. If this isn't enough, we'll have to then start looking for other ways to lower our reputation. But I'm hoping that with the 4 times 5 plus 2, that's 22 bones, we should have enough.
Greetings.
This is Lon Miller. We sold him 1 bone, we got 1,000 gold. We're still at bad.
Greetings and salutations.
We sell another bone, now we're at vile. So it seems
Greetings and salutations.
that
Hello.
okay, now we're still at vile.
Hello.
Still at vile.
Greetings.
Still at vile. Still at vile.
Greetings.
Now we're despicable. I may have to look up exactly how these
Greetings and salutations.
ranks are calculated, because
Greetings.
this isn't telling me a lot about
Greetings and salutations.
how
Greetings and
much each
salutations.
individual bone is worth in terms of reputation loss. Now we're getting somewhere. We're at monstrous.
Greetings and salutations.
No.
Greetings. Greetings and salutations.
Still at monstrous.
Greetings and salutations.
Now we're at notorious. Okay. For those of you keeping track, we started out with 22 bones. We end with 6, which means we sold 16. It took us 16 bones to go from bad to notorious reputation. Alright. Now I'm just gonna save my game again. Before I go on and do the thing that I actually had as my main goal in this episode, which is to use this notorious reputation to become Dark Magic Master, I want to show you a little something about what happens when you go to one of the castles of the 6 lords in this realm with notorious reputation.
Halt! Who goes there?
This is Ostric Temper, the guy who gives you your knight promotions in Freehaven, but the same thing will happen in any town.
Let them pass.
Yes, you will actually be sent to jail and serve out a sentence of 1 year, and that will actually deduct 1 year of game time. So if I load my game from before I did this, you can see it's 1166, and previously we had gone to 1167. Now I'm not gonna do that. Number one, because it resets your reputation and I don't have enough bones to go all the way back. And number two, because I don't intend to have I guess I didn't show this. I'll do it again just to show it.
Halt! Let them pass.
Is that it goes onto your permanent record if you are a convicted criminal in this game. And I don't intend to do that to my characters because, you know, it's not nice. You know, they'll have a tough time finding jobs once the game is over, and I wouldn't do that to them. Having said that, this is one of the most efficient ways to make large amounts of in-game time pass quickly, and you might want to do that if you're forcing areas with long reset cooldowns to reset. I think that means most indoor zones, places like Castle Iron Fist. If you, for some reason, really are desperate for them to reset, you can make time pass very quickly by just going here with the notorious reputation, and then serving out a sentence. What I'm gonna do though is I do have some bones remaining. Before I go to Paradise Valley and get my mastery, I am just gonna sell the remainder of these bones, because I am not gonna need them. This is the only reason I've been carrying around all these bones, is for the purpose of using them to lower my reputation later on. So we're gonna go to Mr. Miller, was it? And he likes bones,
Greetings.
so have some more. Okay. And for those of you keeping track, in miscellaneous notes, this will put his entry in the journal, telling us that he will buy bones. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is, as I said, going to beacon back to Paradise Valley. We're gonna finally get Dark Magic Master. To do that, we need to go to the town in Paradise Valley. It's not a long flight, but fairly uneventful because, as you can see, I have already cleared out this area some time ago. Alright, I think the guy is all the way on this side. This might be him. Alright, I'm gonna save my game here. Gonna make sure I haven't accidentally... Okay, yeah. I haven't... This isn't... that I didn't accidentally save after serving the prison sentence. Alright.
Greetings and salutations.
This is Su Lang Manchu. Very interesting looking person. we're gonna get Master Dark Magic. It's free, but as he says, only the truly notorious will qualify. And importantly, you only need 4 points in Dark Magic before you're eligible. I've given Zoltan a lot more than 4 because obviously you want a lot of points in Dark Magic just to make the spells more effective. But if you had only 4 points, you could do it at that point. Right, we are now gonna
Decay.
get Master Dark Magic, and that is an important thing because now reputation from a practical point of view no longer matters to us. So I mean, I guess if I wanted to give you Dark Magic Master as well, I would have to do all of this again, but I only will have one person with light and one person with dark, so it's irrelevant to me. One thing to keep in mind, though, is there's one very subtle distinction to make about donating at the Temple of Baa, and I was careful to word it properly earlier. I said, if you come here with positive reputation, and if you donate then, that will cause your reputation to fall. But if you come here with negative reputation, and if you donate, let's donate 4 times, that will actually cause your reputation to rise. So, if I donate a few more times, it's still at monstrous. I guess that is the highest / lowest it can go through this method. I guess it's stuck at that because when we were average, it wouldn't drop below that, and now that we're monstrous, it won't go above that. Okay. That's not too relevant for us because we've already gotten everything we wanted to out of our bad reputation. Now, let's go back to the Freehaven Temple and let's donate to you and get our reputation. It's at bad. And now it's at respectable. And now I have a few other things to demonstrate. What I want to show you now is how reputation evolves over time. So you might have a certain amount of reputation in this game, but it won't stay static. Specifically, time that you spend waiting or resting will cause your reputation to decay over time. So if I, do this, if I rest and heal, and then if I wait a day, I look at my reputation, it's dropped from respectable down to average. Because we were right at the cusp after having made these donations. But certain things will advance in-game time, but without penalizing your reputation. So, if, for instance, let me cast Create Food so that I don't run out of food doing this. If I make an area transition on foot, you'll see that 5 days of in-game time have gone by, and I'll even do it the other way. We've now gone to the 22nd, and we're still at respectable. So that shows that the timer that gives you the reputation decay and the timer that advances in-game time are two separate ones. And that is pretty important. Because if you're in a situation where you want a lot of in-game time to pass, for instance, if you're waiting for, Dragon Sand to reset because you want to clear it again, but you also don't want to lose your reputation, you can make a lot of time pass by just going back and forth when you're at the border of two areas. One thing to note is that let me make one more transition. Uh-oh, no, have I gone the right way? Now I have, okay. Is that it was 4:30 when we left, and it's still 4:30 when we got there. So 5 days of in-game time will go by, but the time will be preserved. And that time is what's ticking towards the next reputation penalty. One other thing to note, this is another thing that will... oh no, I've gone to the wrong place. But you can take us to the right place. Like, can go to Freehaven. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to find this in time. And if I can't... yeah, I need to find where the training hall is. Oh, it's right there. Can I get there in time? Okay.
How about some training?
Got there right in time, and I'm gonna train once. First of all, let's look at what the time is. It's the 27th of June.
How about some okay?
Train once. It is now the 7th of July, and if we look at our reputation, it's still at respectable. Now, this is another thing that causes in-game time to elapse, but without causing reputation decay. So, if you want your time to pass in-game, but without incurring the reputation penalty, this is another way to do that. And one very important thing, note the time. Not only did it advance in-game time without giving us a penalty, but it also reset the time of day back to 9 a.m., unlike the area transitions, which preserved the time of day. So in a strange kind of way, this is actually gaining you time. And that's a strange concept, because obviously we are still advancing in-game time. We went 8 days forward. But the way it gains you time is because of the fact that the timer that penalizes your reputation is different from the timer that just generally advances in-game time. So you can use training as a way to advance in-game time while also preserving your reputation, while also setting it back to the start of the day, or, you know, early in the day, meaning you can then also do other things. Of course, if you want to keep on doing this for a prolonged period, you'll have to come back and train again before the training hall closes. But yes, this is another thing that you can do for advancing time without incurring the reputation penalty. And what I'm gonna do now, having done all this, I think we might actually be at the end of this video, because I don't think there's anything left to say about reputation. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. I've covered why it matters, how you can get more of it, how you can get less of it, and also the little intricacies about donating at the Temple of Baa with negative reputation and reputation decay, and how you can stave that off with area transitions and training. So I think that just about covers everything. I was gonna do more stuff, but the stuff that I'm gonna do now is gonna segue back into the Let's Play in general, and it's not gonna be tutorial stuff anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load my game from New Sarpagal, when we still had respectable reputation, but before we did any training. And this is gonna be... I guess I can save again, why not? This is gonna be the save on which I end this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, you know, if this is one of the topics in this game that you were interested in, but you weren't sure how it worked. It is pretty complicated, but with the topics covered in this video, and I'll make sure that there are timestamps and a kind of list of, like a table of contents in the video description to make it easier to follow. But yes, I hope it's been useful to you, and I hope it's helped you understand a little bit about how the reputation system in this game works and how you can manipulate it to your advantage. So I thank you for watching, and you know, whether or not you choose to remain for the rest of the LP, I just appreciate you having spent your time with me, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.